Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. All right, you guys, first story up. The ad campaign of Hennes and Mauritz, the clothing store better known to you and me as H&M, came under fire the other day as they had an ad that featured a small black boy in a sweatshirt that said, "The coolest monkey in the jungle." Now, style blogger Stephanie Yaboa noticed the offensive picture and tweeted H&M, quote, "You do know that monkey is a known racial slur to black people, right?" And of course, that tweet went viral and everybody was outraged over the ad. Now, you guys who have been watching me for a long time know that I try to see both sides of the coin. I try to make sense out of things that sometimes doesn't make all that much sense on the surface. And when I saw that ad, I was offended. There's just really no other way around it. I was offended. Now, whether or not H&M was really setting out to offend people, that is still up to you to decide. But yes, for sure, when I saw that, I was offended. Anybody who is black, anybody in America anyway who is black, who's had to deal with racial tensions throughout their life, especially now with the current racial climate in the United States of America, definitely, I don't think many black people wouldn't be offended by that. I was actually surprised that H&M had an ad campaign that did something that was so stupid, considering, you know, I shop at H&M. Actually, this shirt that I got on today is from H&M, and I have seen plenty of ad campaigns where H&M has been quite inclusive. I mean, they have had black models, some of the darkest skin models in their campaigns before. So when I saw that, I was just like, who was stupid enough to let something like that go through? So I don't know if I can give H&M a pass on this one. It was just really dumb of the company. Now, once everybody was outraged and the story went viral and everyone started to voice their opinions, most notably the brand started to lose celebrity support. The Weeknd and Nicki Minaj both had contracts with H&M, you know, to promote parts of the store, you know, with their own personal line. They both have distanced themselves away from the brand. Other celebrities weighed in, from LeBron to Questlove to, I mean, just a lot of people started to say how they were going to stop shopping there, that this was unforgivable. They were pulling back their support of the store. After that happened, H&M did put out an apology. You know, people are saying that the apology is weak. I don't really know what they could say that would appease us, that would make us feel a little bit more comfortable with the brand, because it was such a stupid mistake. So, I mean, I took the apology for what it was. Damn it, we don't know what happened. That slipped through. Checks and balances wasn't catching things. And we'll make sure that doesn't happen anymore. We're going to take the shit off of the line. It won't be available for purchase anywhere. It won't be in our ads anywhere. Okay. I mean, pretty much what else could they say? I don't know if H&M has a diversity team there that includes all races. I don't know if they have one. I would hope that most major brands and, you know, such as an H&M would have something like that. But if they don't have it, they better get it soon. This story was big enough. I mean, I read up on it on a lot of business websites, Forbes magazine and financial magazines, that said that this could actually be a large impact on the bottom line of H&M, but it remains to be seen. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say that they're going to boycott the store, and I mean, I guess we'll see if that happens. Do I plan on boycotting the store? I mean, I'm just going to be real with you guys. I probably won't shop there for a while, but eventually I'll probably make it back in there. Okay, and I know you guys will be in the comments and saying, you know what, Roxanne, you are part of the problem. I'm just being truthful, and a part of me feels like that because, like I said, I've seen H&M be more inclusive. I've known brands that I have problems with that aren't inclusive, and one of them is Zara's. I love shopping at Zara's, but I do have issue with the fact that when you see their ad campaign, it ain't a child. Them women be white, like almost blending in with the white backgrounds of the simplistic, you know, design that they have of their ads. Like, it is unreal, the fact that they don't have really much people of color. I mean, it has to be somewhere around 1%. And we've talked about it before. I think that Zara's is being sued. There's some class action suit about that. But so there are brands that are problematic, I believe, and then there are some that just made a stupid mistake. And for now, I think I'm just going to categorize H&M as this is just a really, really stupid mistake. Now, did it upset you? It didn't seem to upset the mother of the little boy. I think her name was Terry Mango. She said that her son is, now I'm paraphrasing for you guys, but she said that her son is a model, that he's modeled plenty of clothes for H&M plus other people, that it was not that big of a deal, you know, basically for everybody to get over it. So I mean, you know, I will say that in different countries, the way that they look at race it might be different than what is happening here in the United States. So, you know, everything is about perspective, right? And where you are coming from when you're looking at an issue. Well, I mean, this might be one of those cases. I am not really up on what exactly is happening over in Sweden and whether or not they are. I mean, I would imagine that they would know that you ain't supposed to call no black person a monkey. I mean, anytime you're comparing a person to a damn animal, a primate, I would hope that you would see some problem with that. But, you know, so I don't know. So, you know, my rock stars, my international rock stars, the ones that are over in Sweden, or, you know, people that are over in Europe that might have a different perspective, I would like for you guys to weigh in as well. As far as us over here in the United States, though, definitely offensive. H&M has to do better. Oh, and then as far as Puffy supposedly giving the boy $1 million contract to model with Sean John, I can't confirm that. I looked through the internet and I was never able to see like a quote from Puffy that actually said that happened. So I'm not sure if that's just some social media lore that somebody has come up with and put out there, you know, just to kind of add some fuel to the fire. So, but that's it. You guys let me know how you feel about it. Do you plan on boycotting H&M? Were you offended? Do you understand that there may be some differences in perspective? Whatever you guys feel, leave it in the comments below. So the Golden Globes was this past weekend on Sunday. I watched it like I do every year. I always enjoy watching the award shows. I love the old Hollywood glitz and glamour. If I was being truthful with you guys, I understood the whole Me Too and the Time's Up movement that they were doing in this award show. It being very appropriate and necessary. I got all of that, y'all. So let me give you the disclaimer first. But with all that being said, I just hated that everybody was wearing black. I tell you with all of my heart and soul, I love when women get dressed up in all of the beautiful, vibrant colors, and black. When it's black is sexy for sure, but black also gives me the feeling of mourning, and it just, you know, like I said, that's the more shallow part of me. I understand the you know, the movement that they were making at the time, but I just was like, dang, everybody got on black. Everybody got on black, and the women definitely did support. They were there in all of their black. I can't even really remember what anybody looked like. Okay, none of the dresses stand out to me because all I can think in my mind is just a whole bunch of black dresses. Let's see, Mariah Carey, I thought she looked great. Viola Davis, I was just like, girl, you better do it. Yes, with this big old Diana Ross afro, okay, and the spider lashes. Every time she looked around, them shits was blinking like this. I was like, girl, you better do it. I love when Viola Davis just comes and kind of just does her own thing. Nobody is coming up to the damn award shows and afros. Okay, so loved that look. Who else though? I don't even know. I don't even remember. Yeah, Oprah, you guys know I've given Oprah some flack about, you know, supposedly being the same size. She actually is smaller. I could see it that night. That's one thing about black. Black will show that, you know, how svelte you are. So, honey, that waist was snatched on Oprah. And I don't remember anybody where I was just like, ugh. You know, I was just sort of like, black. Okay, so whatever. We got past that, right? Shout out to Sterling K. Brown, who won Best Actor in a Drama Series for This Is Us. I still haven't watched the show. Everybody tells me how great it is. Obviously, it is very good. I mean, it just wins award after award. This award in particular makes Sterling the first black man to win in this category. So, you know, shout out for Sterling. He's definitely on the up and up. And, you know, who else? I mean, you know, I really want to talk about the Me Too and the Time's Up movement. So like I said, The statement was definitely being made that evening. I was trying to figure out how Me Too became Time's Up. I was about to get in my feelings a little bit because you guys know the black lady, what's her name? Tanara Burke. She's the one who actually started the Me Too movement back in, I think they said 2007, which was, she created it to create like empathy and support for women who have been in sexual abusive, rape situations or being forced to do things that they didn't want to do. So the Me Too movement kind of prompted Time's Up. This is the best way that I can explain it. Me Too was the emotional support, and Time's Up is actually the physical action of a legal defense fund for women who in particular are not they're not prominent, they're not wealthy, they may not necessarily be able to afford to go against these huge superstars, these power people in Hollywood in particular. But I think they're trying to just take it away from just being Hollywood and just being women in the workforce, women out there, period, who have to face these issues. So Me Too is the emotional and Time's Up is the physical. It is the financial, the monetary support of the original movement. That's the best way that I can explain it. And they say that Reese Witherspoon and quite a few other people were the ones who started that and attached on to the Me Too movement. And you had all of the women in support of this, and even some men. A lot of the men there were also supporting. So good for them. Anything that's going to help a woman fight against a powerful man, I'm for it. And even if I don't think it's just exclusive to women. It could definitely be for men going against women as well. But the majority of the cases that we have heard have been the former. So one of the people that definitely gave an eloquent speech about Time's Up, amongst other things, is Oprah Winfrey, who won the Cecil DeMille Award of the night. Oprah is a good speaker. I love Oprah and you can only respect Oprah for the things that she has been able to achieve. I know a lot of people are going on and on about her being the president. I think NBC had tweeted that she was their president. It upset your damn president. Okay, he said that he don't think Oprah could beat him. And child, these days, I don't even know if he's lying, because the world seems to be upside down if you ask me. But anyway, Oprah's bid for presidency. First of all, she said that she had no plans of running for presidency. I think she's just kind of tickled by the fact that everybody keeps on putting her name out there like that. Would I vote for Oprah? No. And it's not because I have anything against Oprah. It's just that I'm tired of having celebrities run our country. Okay? I want a person who has experience in the government, in the political arena, people who have worked from being a council person and has moved up the line, mayor, governor, okay, senator, and then, I want people that actually took the old traditional route, who knows the ins and outs of the annals of the history of politics. I want the ones that play the game originally to keep on doing it. I've had enough with the celebrities. Okay, so that goes for anybody who was running for presidency. I don't want to, I'm not going to just keep on voting for celebrities just because I like them. So no, I probably wouldn't vote for Oprah. And plus, I wouldn't like to see Oprah in that. I wouldn't like to see her go through that. They would tear that woman apart. She's a black woman? Are you kidding me? No, that's nothing that I would want. And I wouldn't even want Michelle Obama to run. I wouldn't want people that I admire to get in there and child just be ripped to shreds. So that's pretty much it. Also, while we're talking about Oprah, we could talk about the mudslides going on in California, child. Mother Nature is giving California the blues. Okay, now we've talked about the fires that have been going on there. What a lot of you don't realize is that once the fires finished burning, they burnt out all of the damn brush. And the brush is what holds the mountains together and holds the hills and all the rocky areas. So when the brush is burned away and then you get this torrential downpour of rain, even though it doesn't happen often, it does happen in California. It does happen in Southern California. What ends up happening is there's nothing to support all of those mud and rocks, and the mountain just slides down. and it doesn't just slide down slowly. It rushes down. People don't even have time to react from it, and the strength of the mud, once it's going downhill, completely demolishes, tears up, and even kills. They said that, I think they said 17 people have been killed already. They said somewhere around 33, I think they said 48 people are missing. 100 homes have been destroyed, and over 300 homes have been damaged. There are a lot of people who had been evacuated and don't even know what their property looks like. This is in Santa Barbara, Montecito area, an affluent, wealthy area. I mean, that's where your Oprah is. That's where your Ellen is. I mean, there is a lot of wealth there that is being demolished. And obviously, these are areas where these people can afford to rebuild. But I mean, can you imagine losing? I mean, there's things that are irreplaceable, obviously, and nobody wants to have their entire lives swept away by mud. And then, of course, the dangers of you could possibly lose your life from these mudslides. So prayers up for everybody in the Santa Barbara area. I guess that's not really Southern California. Yeah, I guess, would you think Santa Barbara is like quite not Southern? Yeah, I think that's still kind of considered Southern. Going up north, though, definitely. Prayers up for everybody up there affected. Hopefully the mudslides are done. We can dry up the earth and people can start getting back to the business of rebuilding their lives. But the Golden Globes, you guys, everything that I said about that before, you guys leave your comments about that as well. You guys, so I haven't been a Big Brother fan in 100 years. I haven't watched that show in 100 years. I am still surprised that show comes on, but it's still a big deal and people still watch it. It's a UK show, right? So this particular season, we have Ginuwine on there. I guess he's over there until Tyrese can, come to grips with the voices in his head and he can stop tripping and TGT can get back together, child. So Ginuwine got to make his coins. He then took it on over there and found himself in a little bit of media hoopla. And I call it media hoopla because really this is a non-issue, you guys. Evidently Ginuwine was on the show. There is a transgender woman on there by the name of what's her name? India Willoughby. And to make a long story short, India Willoughby tried to kiss Ginuwine and he pulled away. He did not want to kiss her. And I guess there was some talk about whether or not he would date a transgender woman, and he said no, he would date a straight woman but not a transgender woman. And I'm thinking to myself, what is the big problem here? India was quite offended, and they tried to make the story a whole lot bigger than it needed to be. Ginuwine is not transphobic because he does not want to be kissed by a transgender woman. I mean, everybody has their preference, okay? Ginuwine himself said that he has no problem with transgender people, okay? But he doesn't choose to be sexually involved with one, and he should have that right to, without being slandered and saying that he is transphobic. He definitely is not in my eyes anyway. Maybe if we just stop being so extra paranoid and feel like anytime that we don't agree with any certain community, I mean, maybe you could just kind of have common sense and just realize that this man has a right to not be kissing on no transgender woman. Okay? And so it's not a big deal. The media tried to make it a big deal, but you guys, it's not a big deal. Out of all my notes that I wrote down, I did not write down the Russell Simmons criminal charges that were filed against him, but it is important, so I am going to just give my opinion about it. So Russell Simmons has found himself under fire once again. I think they said somewhere around, don't quote me on these numbers because I just told you that I don't have my notes, but I think they said somewhere around 13, 14 women now have come forth and said that Russell Simmons either has harassed them or forced them to have sex with him. Now, these two latest women, they filed criminal charges against him. Russell Simmons maintains that he is innocent, that any sexual relationship that he has had with any woman in the past or in the present or even in the future has been and will always be consensual, and that he hasn't done anything like this. He even took a lie detector test and he passed that. But of course, you guys know that lie detector tests, there are ways that you can trick a lie detector. So, that doesn't really stand. But Russell Simmons keeps on saying that he did not do this. None of the stories seem to be most recent. These are stories back when he was in his young and ready days, it seems like. Yet and still, I'm just like, Russell Simmons, I mean, mean, really, what is going on here? Are you surprised by the stories? It's not really surprising because Russell Simmons has been quite a person who has always kind of seemed creepy a little bit. So when I hear the stories about these things happening, I'm not sure if I'm all that surprised by it. Okay, now I don't know if it's true or not. Russell Simmons did make a mistake, though, by stepping down from his companies. Now, if you are maintaining that you are innocent and you are really trying to fight these stories against you, it does not really make most sense to step away. And I guess maybe he did that. Maybe he was advised by his lawyers that, the longer he stays on, it's like a cancer on the companies and, just get away from it. I mean, I don't know, but that sort of almost feels like you are admitting some kind of way that you did it, right? So, like, I was just like, well, he shouldn't have stepped down. Like, now Russell got a whole bunch of problems, but he's saying that he's going to fight it. He's saying that he is going to fight it. What do you guys think, though? Do you guys think that Russell Simmons is guilty? He's saying he's actually being extorted. Now he's saying that one of the women that actually tried to come out and say that he had raped her had actually got in touch with him first and said that she wanted $500,000 and she would hold on to her story. And when he refused, then the person got cold feet and decided not to file any charge. So, I mean, there definitely can be people that's just trying to jump in on the bandwagon. That doesn't necessarily mean that the other one's a lying. We're going to see what happens with Russell Simmons. You guys know that there's no statute of limitations on something like this. I mean, we know that from Bill Cosby. So it could be more hot water for your boy. So embarrassing. I feel so sorry for his two daughters who, I'm sure they love their dad to death, and to have to see him go through these things and, wonder if the stories may or may not be true. Like, that's nothing that I would ever want for my children. But we're going to keep our eye on this story, keep our ears to the ground. And I'll let you guys know what goes on. But something tells me that it's going to be a rough 2018 for Russell Simmons. All right, you guys, so there is a Christian blogger, Christian IG person by the name of Dana Chanel. I was not familiar with her, but she obviously is known because she has a whole bunch of people that follow her on Instagram. She put up a post the other day that I'm giving you guys the layman's again, but in it she was talking about black men depicting ignorant ghetto black women and dressing up as those women and making comedy skits, and that it was like a feminization of men, and that it was an agenda to just kind of make black women look stupid, ignorant, ghetto, ratchet. So Dana Chanel has a problem with this whole thing. Again, I tell you that she is a Christian Instagrammer that has a huge following. All I can say to this is, again, people have their preferences. She has a right to feel a certain way about these posts. That's her opinion. And that's not a new opinion in Hollywood, at least. I mean, we've heard people complain about the likes of your Jamie Foxx and your Martin Lawrence and your Tyler Perrys, who actually made a lot of money off of characters that they did where they dressed as women. Wanda, the lady in the Big Mama's house, Shanae, of course, Medea. And there's been others that have have gained quite a bit of popularity off of their characters like that. And Spike Lee was one of the ones who had a problem with that. Again, that's their opinion. On the Instagram level, though, she came at Blame It On Quay, and, there's some other Instagrammers that I'm not familiar with their names. I mean, I know their faces, but Blame It On Quay was the most popular one that we all knew. But I mean, I can't knock people for their hustle. All I can do is, if there's something that offends me, or if there's a post that somebody has, or if there's a person that I follow who I get tired of seeing, not necessarily happy with the content that they put up, then I just simply unfollow. I don't watch it. Blame It On Quay, who I actually think is very funny, and I love the character that he plays, TT, and all of that. I stopped following him a long time ago because I hadn't had enough. Like, it was enough for me to just see it when it came across my Explorer page and I would laugh, but just like TT every day, all the time, it wasn't my cup of tea. However, if that's how the boy is making his living, and he is seeming to make quite a bit of money off of it, and he ain't really hurting nobody, at least that's my opinion, that he's not hurting anybody, then he's fine. He should be able to do that. Now, that's my opinion, but there are other people that are saying, no, he is hurting people because he's making black women feel like, that they are ignorant and that they're stupid and they always got to be fighting with their boyfriends and, that they can't talk right and they wear green hair and they wear pink lipstick and their lips are big and all. I mean, some people think that he's like sort of cooning. And to me, I just feel like that's his brand of comedy. I don't act like that. Okay. None of my friends really act like that, but there are women out there who do act like that. Of course it is elevated. Of course it is bigger, because it's comedy. So it's mocking somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that is what every black woman is like. Okay. So I don't equate myself with that the same way that when rappers talk about bitches and hoes, I don't equate with that. So it doesn't bother me, but I see how it can bother other people. So I understand what Dana Chanel is saying, but I also say that if you don't like it, just don't follow it. Okay, just don't follow it. Now, Dana Chanel has stuck to what she said. She came back out and said she ain't apologizing, and she said what she said, and that's it. Okay, you can only respect somebody that holds to, what they feel. But I'm also not mad at Quay and the rest of those who are doing their thing on Instagram and making their money and creating a better lifestyle for themselves and possibly their families as well. What do you guys think, though? Do you guys think that black men are being feminized in those type of skits? I mean, when I think about Jamie Foxx and Martin, I don't think of a feminized male, but when I think of Tyler, then maybe. Okay, I mean, let me stop because I feel like I'm about to dig myself in. I'm not trying to say that all black men or all men that are gay are feminine. All I'm simply saying is that if this is a skit that is working for them boys, then let them do it. If you don't like it, don't follow it. Don't watch it. Don't support it. Guys, so of course Top of the Blogs seems like it wouldn't be Top of the Blogs these days if Cardi B wasn't in it some sort of way. I might have to retire just because we done talked about it every single week. But anyway, Cardi B is going to be performing with Bruno Mars at the Grammys that are coming up. Okay, and that is a big deal. They're going to be performing Finesse, which is the song that they just remixed and released last week, and it's been big for both of them. So yeah, they're going to be performing on the Grammys. Good for Cardi B. Okay, congratulations to her. Like I said, she just continues to win. As far as her issues with Offset, though, I wasn't even going to talk about it today, but I had a feeling that if I didn't, you guys were going to be like, oh, Roxanne is all she going to talk about is the good of Cardi B and she ain't going to talk about the bullshit. Let's talk about the bullshit, you guys. Cardi shouldn't have to deal with that, obviously. She deserves somebody that is not going to cheat, at least not disrespect her so publicly, keeps getting caught on video, fucking around with other women. Okay, we got all of that. I just wish that people would give Cardi B a chance to figure shit out on her own. Everybody sort of downs her. They blast her. They give her grief about, her being stupid, about her, being ignorant, not being able to talk, her not knowing what she's talking about. Okay, people really gang up and bully that girl simply because I'm starting to feel like nobody wants to see kind of rags to riches story prosper. I mean, the fact of the matter is this is a classic story of a girl that is in love with a man who's cheating and she just ain't quite ready to let it go yet. Now, I know many of my own rock stars haven't been in this type of situation because you guys are perfect. However, there are other people out there who probably have stayed into a relationship way too long because they love the person and it was hard for them to let go. But once they realized that it was time to let the motherfucker go, then they let the motherfucker go, right? Okay. Now, does Cardi B have self-esteem issues? She probably does. I mean, you guys have to remember, Cardi B, even though she had Instagram, social media presence way before Love and Hip Hop, this still was a woman who was not necessarily in the spotlight. Okay, she had hood celebrity, but she was not where she is today. I mean, and that was not long ago. Okay, just a year or two ago, she was on Love and Hip Hop. Now she is, she is everywhere. And that's a lot for a person to have to deal with. So just because you gain all this popularity and you're a star does not get rid of your self-esteem issues. She's with Offset. Okay, this is a neighborhood girl. So she's probably used to niggas not being right. Okay, not giving her the time of day. Okay, probably coming around when they feel like it disappears. Just your regular hood shit that you go through. And now she's with this guy who treats her well, buys her things, takes her places, claims her publicly, gave her a ring, wants to marry her. And that's what's making her feel good right now. But in time, she may decide that, you know what? That ain't enough. Like, that's what I deserve, period, anyway. Okay? And once you start to realize your worth, then you change and you become something else and you get rid of the shit that is taking advantage of you. And all I'm saying is let the girl do that if that's what she decides to do. Everybody jumped up and down when Beyonce came out with Lemonade, and we started to find out that she worked it out with Jay-Z. The nigga cheated on her, and I'm talking about before they even got married. Back in the day, there's always been talk about Jay-Z cheating on Beyonce. Okay, it was confirmed in Lemonade and then further confirmed on 444. Everybody was happy. Okay, oh, Beyonce so strong and all this and that. And then you get somebody else that's not an A+++ celebrity trying to possibly do the same thing, and all of a sudden she's stupid. All I'm saying is, instead of casting the stone, maybe we could all just kind of look in the mirror and think about the times when we weren't quite so aware of ourselves, and when we played the extreme fool for some guy. Y'all so damn hard on people. Social media gives you this this feeling of forgetting about your own because people don't know who you are, right? So they don't know about what your bullshit is. You can just get on there and be typing up all kind of shit and acting like you just this perfect special person, but we all know that's not it. So I'm just saying, get a girl some space to figure out that she don't need to be with the nigga at all. All right, you guys, and then in quickies, 50 Cent being on the Breakfast Club, talking about Puffy being gay and how Puffy had offered to take him shopping, and that was some shit that he figured that a nigga tells some dude tells some chick. But you guys know 50 Cent. 50 Cent has always played on the Puffy is gay thing. I mean, that ain't nothing that we have never heard before, and whatever. 50 Cent seems to have something going against Puffy, and the fact that Puffy never responds to him, that just keeps it going. It's sort of like a running gag on Instagram. So I don't take any of that seriously. 50 Cent is going to be on Wendy Williams today. Okay, and they say that he and Wendy are burying the hatchet. He said that Wendy is cool, and they're not going to be fighting anymore, and he's not going to talk about her no more. So to me, 50 is just one of your homeboys that just be at the house and be talking shit. Okay, but always reserves the right to make up with you and be cool with you. So that's no big deal. Congratulations to Kevin Gates. He is a free man now. He served 9 months in a Illinois jail after he was arrested for gun charges, I believe. He was released early Wednesday morning, and right after he was released, he posted 2 words. You would think that it was "I'm free," but instead it said "I'm him." Okay, so we are thinking that maybe that is going to be the name of his next single that comes out. But it looks like Kevin Gates is going to hit the ground running, and we expect an album from him soon, or at least a mixtape or something, just to get his music back out there. And yeah, so congratulations to Kevin Kick him in the chest Gates. Keep your damn feet on the ground and put down the gun. Congratulations are also in order to Alexis and Fetty Wap. They're the proud parents of new baby Alea Wap. This is their first baby together. However, we all know that Fetty Wap has about 15 other kids with 15 other women. But we're just talking about this baby here. So the baby was born 3 months premature. She was supposed to be due, I believe, sometime in March or April. But on January 2nd, they said that her water broke and she was in the hospital, and they were trying to keep the baby in there. But once the water breaks, there's really no way to keep that baby in there. They just try to keep her in there as long as they can so that the baby can try to develop. Because every single day that a baby stays inside, that is one more day that something important may be developing. Even 1 week can make a big difference on the development of an unborn baby. So they tried to hold her in as long as they could, and then she gave birth. She had a C-section, emergency C-section. She was only weighed a little bit over a pound. Back in the day, that would be quite alarming. I mean, of course, this is not desirable. Nobody wants to have their baby prematurely, but the good thing is the NICUs in the United States today are all exceptional. They are all used to and prepared to make sure that this baby makes it. to a weight that is acceptable, make sure that the baby is as healthy as they can, and we'll release the baby. The baby is going to survive all of that. So congratulations to them, Fetty Wap, Alexis, and baby Alea. And lastly, you guys, I am so excited about Black Panther that is going to be released on February 16th. Yesterday was the start of the pre-sale for the tickets, and Fandango reported that it was the largest pre-sale for any Marvel movie that they have ever had. Okay, so we in this thing. We is out there. We is buying tickets. I did buy my tickets, so definitely am excited about the movie every time I see the previews, especially when I'm in a theater and that music, you know, that beat like ding 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 ding. That should be jamming. I was just like, oh, we gonna have us a good time in there. So I am so excited about the movie. I love Marvel comics. We've talked about this plenty of times. And I have a feeling that they're going to do the movie right. So fingers crossed, but still just happy to support. Comes out on February 16th. Will you guys be watching? Bitch, I was pontificating on this one. I was like, Roxanne, you talk too fucking much. Anyway, let me get off of here, you guys. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.